The WHAS11 night team is all new right now, getting kids to school without using school buses.
And I think this will dramatically help with JCPS.
Could using other smaller vehicles be the key to getting students to school and home on time in the future? Plus,
that 15 minutes could save somebody, getting home in time to actually get their kids off the bus.
has TARC figured out the way to keep its buses moving and on time? The new program launching this week to track those buses. And then in Indiana, 2 different arguments. A rally at the State House today to give renters more protection. While in New Albany, they are close to putting a temporary hold on the construction of new apartments. Right now on the WHAS 11 Night Team. Right now here tonight, a new bill in Frankfort is aiming to help with an issue school districts across our state are dealing with right now. You know it, bus driver shortages. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. The proposal would get students off traditional school buses and into passenger vehicles driven by school staff members. WHAS 11 Night Team's Alex Dieter with photojournalist Jessica Farley and Addie Hill explains how it will work and what one superintendent thinks about the idea. Alex?
Doug, Senator David Yates from Louisville calls Senate Bill 92 common sense government legislation. The proposed bill would expand the law, opening up a current restriction that says non-passenger vans cannot be used to transport students to and from school. Both JCPS and Shelby County schools seem to be on board.
We've got a lot of attention at JCPS, but we know that we have an issue that is both urban and rural.
A possible solution to the months-long transportation issue facing Jefferson County Public Schools. Challenges with no end in sight.
It is common sense government legislation that will make transportation safer, faster, and more cost efficient. And we do that by allowing non-CDL drivers to drive non-CDL vehicles.
Senators David Yates of Louisville and Robin Webb of Carter County have introduced Senate Bill 92. The proposal would allow Kentucky school districts to use vehicles other than school buses, like vans, as alternatives to getting students to school and then home.
We know that we have a huge shortage of CDL drivers. We have a huge shortage of bus drivers.
It's been very difficult the last several years to attract and also retain drivers for our bus fleet to get students to and from school. So I really appreciate the help in that aspect.
Shelby County Public Schools Superintendent Sally Sugg says her district has been able to keep a stable group of bus drivers, but sees the benefit to using vans as an alternative, especially in more rural parts where school buses have difficulty maneuvering.
And we use some other forms of transportation, small minibuses for field trips and things, but this would give some added options to districts.
While Shelby County Schools has not experienced a driver shortage, the same can't be said for JCPS. In December, district leaders said there were 574 full-time bus drivers, 76 fewer than in 2022. A district spokesperson told WHAS 11 in a statement, quote, Senate Bill 92 is an option that could be useful in assisting JCPS and other districts as we continue to deal with a nationwide shortage of bus drivers.
We also talked to Greg Schultz. He's the former Oldham County Superintendent and was also the Assistant Superintendent in Bullitt County. Schultz tells us the drivers need to be trained more than just operating a vehicle, saying there are, of course, safety concerns and also insurance issues.
Well, Alex, the school buses themselves, the large buses, have consistently been proven to be very safe on the roads and even in accidents. So did lawmakers address those safety concerns today?
They did, and while they don't have to be CDL drivers, Senator Yates did say that the Kentucky Department of Education will make sure that all the drivers are trained and that they will operate the training through the Department of Education as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, after the issues at the start of the school year for Jefferson County Public Schools, they're now looking to make changes to their own transportation plan. Last week, Board Chairman Corey Scholl told us that he hopes a proposal will come out in late February or early March on that. In December, the district told families it will only be able to guarantee transportation for special education students and students attending their resides school. Scholl says the district is reviewing different plans.
And we want to make sure that they're equitable. We want to make sure that we are not excluding our most vulnerable students, and so hopefully we'll know more from district officials in the coming weeks.
We asked Scholl for his thoughts on the proposals, but he said that he'd wait until a plan was formally announced. Louisville Metro Police investigators now say it was a juvenile killed in a shooting this morning in the Algonquin neighborhood. Officers responded to the apartment complex on Patton Court across the street from the Park Hill Community Center just after 10:30 this morning. LMPD says the girl who was shot died at the scene. There are still no suspects. If you can help detectives, the anonymous tip line to call is 574-LMPD or use the LMPD online portal. The man accused of killing another man right near the 4th Street Live entrance remains in jail tonight on a large bond, $500,000, $500,000. 33-year-old Jordan Fields appeared in court today on charges connected to the shooting near 4th and Market on January 21st. In court records, police say Fields pulled up beside 37-year-old Chad Smith and fired 11 rounds, killing Smith. Officers arrested Fields over the weekend after they say he led them on a chase through the California neighborhood. He's charged with murder and possessing a handgun as a felon. He's also charged with assault from a previous case. The judge took that into consideration today when setting the high bond.
In reviewing the record, as well as the allegations as to both of these cases, I think the bond the county has requested is appropriate.
If Field posts the bond, he would be put on home incarceration. New court documents filed today in the Jamie Noel case offering insight into a series of search warrants that were executed on Friday. Indiana State Police searched 6 of the fire departments that the former Clark County, Indiana sheriff used to oversee, looking for information on 11 specific vehicles. Investigators say Noel bought 3 trucks and 1 ambulance for the county from the federal government in 2015, then transferred them to his nonprofit for $0 later that year. The documents also accused Noel of selling a truck from his nonprofit to the sheriff's department, paying himself out of the jail commissary fund. Noel is charged with 15 felony counts connected to fraud, theft, and misconduct. He has pleaded not guilty. All new tonight on the night team. TARC, the Transit Authority of River City, is improving its rider experience one bus at a time. This week, the public transportation system is launching a new schedule tracking program to some of its most popular routes. So what's the goal? WHAS11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie tonight talked to a TARC customer about the new program.
TARC is working to make buses more reliable on 4 of its most popular routes: 4th Street, Broadway, the route known as Dixie Rapid, and Preston Highway. When a bus is running late, it will switch to drop-off only.
If they could drop a couple more, it'd probably help a lot of people. It's made me late to work a couple times.
Jonathan Kidwell has been riding TARC buses for more than 20 years. He rides the 4th Street bus frequently, and he's learning to be patient with the new system.
4th Street's getting a lot better. It kind of threw me off in the beginning because they changed up the routes. So now you have 2 different 4th Street buses instead of 1.
When one bus is drop-off only, a trailing bus is supposed to come behind in less than 5 minutes to pick up boarding riders.
And TARC is improving their performance one bus at a time, making its experience easier for its riders.
We can make these buses more reliable. That's going to have an effect up and down the system.
TARC found a 4% improvement from August to December when they launched the 23 Broadway pilot program in the fall last year. Now the improved ride time will be implemented to bus number 4, 4th Street, bus number 10, Dixie Rapid, along with 23 Broadway and 28 Preston Highway. 45% of TARC rides have been from these 4 routes since June of 2023.
Looking at what we were able to do in the fall, we have high hopes that we're going to see a big step forward.
The buses are monitored in real time by the control center, and TARC is hoping they can come every 15 minutes or less a day.
That 15 minutes could save somebody, getting home in time to actually get their kids off the bus.
Overall, Kidwell looks forward to the improved rider experience through the operational schedule adherence program.
They're trying to do what they can, so I definitely appreciate the 15 minutes. It definitely makes a big difference.
Remaining hopeful that he will arrive to his destination sooner. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 1119 on your side.
TARC says that they are launching the program after a 2023 survey of customers found on-time performance was the most important element of service. Still